This is a really cool edge featuring double crochets, chains, and slip stitches to add these long strands that hang off the bottom of your work. On this video, I'll teach you how to do the Picot Dangle Edge. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. Okay, so for this design, you're going to start with a foundation chain that's any number of chains plus 2. In my case, I have 15. So we're going to begin with row 1. For row 1, you're going to skip 3 chains. And into the next, you're going to do a double crochet. Now this row is simple. You want to do 1 double crochet into each chain of the foundation chain all the way to the end. So I'm just going to do that all the way to the end, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, this here is the end of row 1. We'll move on to row 2 now. For row 2, you're going to start with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and you're going to flip your work. So because that chain 3 counts as a stitch, you're going to skip the first stitch, and into the next, you're going to do a double crochet. And this is what you want to do in row 2. You're just doing double crochets on top of each stitch of the previous row. So do 1 double crochet per stitch all the way to the end, and I'll see you when you're done. At the very end, I just want to clarify that your second to last stitch is a double crochet. So into there, you just want to do another double crochet. Into the very last, you're gonna do it into the top of the turning chain. So this here is the top of the turning chain, my 3rd chain. Into there, you're doing a double crochet. Now this here is the end of row 2. Now for row 3, you're gonna begin by chaining 1 and flipping your work. So we're gonna do a single crochet into the first stitch. Now you're going to do a single crochet into the next. And now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the hook. So skip 1, 2, 3. Into that 3rd chain, insert your hook, and do a slip stitch. Now we're chaining 3. And we're going to go into the same stitch where you did your last single crochet with a single crochet. Insert your hook into it and do a single crochet. And this is the first kind of like long point of the bottom of the work. So now you're just going to do that exact same thing into each stitch all the way down. So you go on top of the next double crochet with a single crochet. Then you chain 6. Now we're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the hook. So skip 1, 2, and into the 3rd, a slip stitch. Then you chain 3. And then you do a single crochet into the same stitch that you did your last single crochet into. And that's the end of the repeat. So that's how we're going to be adding these like long points with a solid bottom. Continue doing this into each stitch all the way to the end. At the very end, we're going to do into the top of the turning chain, you're just going to do a single crochet. But that's the repeat. You start with this single crochet, chain 6, slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the hook, chain 3, single crochet into the same stitch that you did your last single crochet into. And this is what we want all the way to the end. I'll do these and I'll meet you at the turning chain so I can just show you what that looks like. Okay, so I just did my last repeat here into the last stitch, the last double crochet. And now we're going to finish off by just doing a single crochet onto the top of the turning chain. So on top of the turning chain, insert your hook and do a single crochet. Now that there is the end of the design. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread your ends through. Okay, here we have it. So this adds a fun little fringe at the bottom with those like long strands and the picot at the very bottom. Super simple, but a really fun detail. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.